Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the horse. So welcome back all my horsey friends. I hope you are doing okay. Let's find out, shall we, as we shuffle these cards up and down, move them all around and pick three out for you guys. Let's see what we've got here. Will we be galloping into a good week? Or have we been stabled and stalled and stuck in the same field for the past week? Let's find out, shall we? As we saddle up and get on with the reading. I'm going to stop, sorry. I'm going to stop. Right, let's actually stop about there. We're going to take that one from the bottom. We're going to take that one from the middle. We're going to take that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we got the two positives there to start us off with, then we're moving into that negative, unfortunately, which is a little bit sad, but as I've said before, black isn't always an attack, white isn't always all right. It all depends on the compatibility of the cards when we flip them over. We do, however, have these two positives, so at least we can be a little bit optimistic in that sense, but as I say, white isn't always all right. This, however, is a perfect example of white being all right. This white is a dog, and the dog and the horse go together incredibly well. You're in the same affinity triangle. However, I do see some reservations on your part, but it's definitely not a hindrance. It's almost caution. You're on the edge of caution. You're on the edge of caution as you edge forward into maybe new or little known territory. Your communication skills are open though. You've got no problem voicing your concerns. You've got no problem talking about what your issues are right now. You can voice those quite well. However, that does not mean that people are going to be able to comprehend them. You know, you can talk about it till the horses come home, but if people aren't understanding what you're saying, or they don't necessarily see your point of view, it is going to be difficult to get your point across. You need to continue your practical outlook because that complements you. It does. That is one of your biggest strengths, is that practical outlook that you have, you know? And I know that you have this need for independence. You do, and I know you understand that a lot better than anybody else. It's, however, you need to be logical as well as practical. You need to have a logical approach alongside your practical kind of outlook on life. Take your practical outlook and add a dash of, as I say, logic, an element of logic. And with that logic, you want to apply an element of fairness to things, an element of fairness. You need to try and be fair, you know, not opinionated, not kind of biased in this. Try and be fair. Try and be as fair as you possibly can alongside your... What we need here is we need to bake a cake, my lovely horsey friends. And with your cake of practical outlook, you need to add in that element of logical approach and an element of fairness. That's what you need to do. And this could be in regards to love, friendship, business. It doesn't matter. It will be determined by the perspective of the individual. However, you aren't going to be in a place of unenjoyment as we go through this. This is a good card to start us off with because it's a good foundation for a motivating week, I think. Oh, and there it is. Look at that. 2 peas in a pod. There's the horse. So there's you. Moving forward, lines of communication open. 2 horses get on quite well. But I can see that you're striving adventure. You're striving the need to be active. You want to be out there. You want to be taking advantage of the good weather. You want to be taking advantage of the longer days. Yes, teamwork can be achieved because your communication skills and your willingness are there and they're present. So, you know, we can say that teamwork could be achieved quite well, but what you're looking at right now is almost solidarity. You're going for the solo approach. You're going, if you want to move fast, move alone. That's what you're doing. If you want to move fast, move by yourself. Walk alone and you'll get there quicker. And that's maybe the kind of idea that you're going with. However, that might not necessarily be the optimum kind of result or idea or conclusion. There could be other conclusions that you could come up with here that could serve you a little bit better. As they say, if you want to go far, go alone. But if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So if you're looking at going far, like I say, in business, friendship, love, doesn't matter, you have to work together. You have to have an element of fairness. You've got to have that dash of logical approach. You've got to have your practical outlook. All of these things, as I can see, are working well for you. So continue that up. Now, we do have this hurdle here that is, you know, kind of not lording over us, but definitely coming up near the end of the week, you may actually find that it's becoming increasingly difficult to keep up the facade of, I guess, acceptance of other people's flaws. Because working in a team, working together, it's okay to put on a happy face and say, yeah, you know, it's fine, I can work with them. Yeah, it's fine, we can work something out. Yeah, that's fine. But when the reality of it is, sometimes it's them that kind of mess up. It's them that you have to pick up after. It's them that let you down. It's them that are disappointing you. It's them that aren't as up to it as you are. It's them, again, that are stopping you from going as fast as you would potentially like to go. I don't think that's a reason to ditch them, though. I just think that you're probably going to maybe have some resentment. Maybe not animosity, but definitely a little bit of resentment there. Got the dragon coming in, so it could be more than a resentment. It could be a conflict of some sort. That dragon in the black is someone preparing for battle. And I don't think it's you, because you're not necessarily on the defensive here, but you're definitely going to hit a big bump in the road, whether it is instigated by you or it is thrust upon you. Now, the horse and the dragon, they have a good combination. They have a good compatibility. They have a good way of working together. They can be two functional cogs in the same machine, doing their own jobs and work incredibly well, power and speed. But we're not seeing the strength here, the power here, the explosive boom moment here. We got the speed, yes, but we haven't got something to actually bash through this hurdle. It's something that you're going to have to need to work on, perhaps. Again, think logically. Think practical and be fair, because if you're not being fair, that could be potentially where you're going wrong. In an unfair place, being biased, being selfish, not a good way to go. Definitely not a good approach. And you are going to find difficulties if you do. This is why I think, you know, if you want to go fast, go alone, but you're going to eventually hit a hurdle that you can't get over without some kind of assistance, some kind of teamwork effort, some kind of, you know, support from somewhere. And especially if this has got something to do with love and friendship, because then there is another person or persons involved. And you have to be careful of how you approach this, because you can run up to it as fast as you like, but if you can't kick the door in and nobody's answering it when you knock, you're just going to be stood outside like a lemon. So it doesn't matter how fast you got. It doesn't matter how fast you got to the door, because if you can't open the damn thing, it's pointless, wasn't it? And then you find out that your teammates, they're the ones with the key, and you left them a few miles back. Now you got to wait for them to catch up anyway, when you could have just spent the journey together, arrived together, and got through this together, rather than going on your own. However, there's a good chance that you will be able to kick the door down anyway, because you're a horse person and you're relentless, and you're not going to let a door or something as silly or the equivalent as a door getting in the way of your forward pursuit. But you are gonna have a door. There is going to be a door in the way. There is. Just try and steer clear of that trouble if you can, and we'll find out if you can next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the horse. My next reading will be for those born in the year of the sheep, so if you're interested in what those guys are up to, I will see you in a video for them next. If not, no worries, I'll just catch you in a video next week. Thanks for watching. Love and peace.